and welcome back to Parking Lot Chats with Corn
and Bo.
So, we want to talk about Dirty Pop first, or well, there's so much.
There's so much going on this week.
Like,
Disney announced a fuck ton of things, but we're gonna wait to the end to get to that because there's so much of it that we want to get in. Like,
yeah, if we start Disney, we're never gonna talk about anything else. We won't. Like, we won't have the time.
Yeah. But then, yes, Dirty Pop. We watched that. And we have lots of things to say about that. I know I made notes. Like, she's the note taker. I actually made notes on this.
Look at you, Bo.
Because I'm like, I never fucking remember these things. I better take notes. And then,
man, it was a lot.
It was a lot. It was very, yeah.
All right, yeah. Finish what you're saying.
I was just going to, like, synopsis.
I cut you off because I'm so, like,
I know. I was just going to synopsis what we were going to talk about because we were also going to try to get to, what was it? Oh, I have a little bit of things to say about the It Ends With Us drama that's all over the fucking internet right now. Still haven't seen the movie yet. I did watch Deadpool last week after.
Oh, you left after, after we
recorded. I went and saw it, and so fucking good. It was really good.
Okay, don't tell me.
No, I'm not going to tell you anything. There's going to be no spoilers. I will not tell you anything other than you should see it.
Okay, I like that.
Because it was good.
That's the best kind of spoiler.
And the opening scene is the best.
See, that's the kind of spoiler I want. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just like, tell me when I shouldn't go pee.
Yeah.
Like, that's the only spoiler I need.
Yeah. Actually, there was, like, all of us at one point had to go pee, and none of us wanted to leave. Like, we were like, no! But we, like, chugged down, like, gigantic drinks. So.
Yeah.
But it was good. I'd actually see it again. Because I feel like it's a movie that you don't quite catch everything the first time around.
Yeah, I believe that. Especially, like, from everything that I've heard, and again, no spoilers, because I haven't even seen it, so how would I spoil? But from what I've heard, it's so good, and sometimes I feel like when movies are like that, when it's so good, you can't catch it all because you're still laughing at what happened 5 minutes ago, so you're not paying attention.
And I would highly suggest watching Deadpool 2
first
before you go see it. We did that by chance, like we just put it on one night because everything was Deadpool, and we were trying to find a movie to watch. I was like, oh, why don't we watch Deadpool 2? And I'm glad we did because things made more sense because I hadn't seen it in so long.
Okay, right. So like I should like brush up on my Deadpool movies before I go to 3 because I've seen it, but probably not like in the last year.
Yeah, I think unless you like, I mean, you have a pretty good memory compared to me, so you might remember more. Like Chris remembered things than you, but I was like, I don't remember this part, so I was glad I watched it. But I would suggest that. But yeah, it was good. So, but I have things to say, so I don't know. Let's just get into it.
Okay, just start talking.
Let's start with Dirty Pop.
Okay,
because that was crazy.
Is it just me, or was this man like, what's his name? The character that was a true life story from Leonardo DiCaprio's Catch Me If You Can. Just fucking, hand making shit up.
Yes.
Just like, when like in the movie when he did like, in the Leo DiCaprio movie when he did like the Pan Am check, like that's what it reminded me of.
That's this man is doing.
He is just hand printing like German bank fucking certificates.
Seals. Like what the fuck?
So how?
Maybe we should say spoiler alert on this because we are going to ruin the Dirty Pop fucking whatever documentary for you if you listen.
But maybe you don't have 3 hours to spend on this.
Maybe you don't have 3 hours to spend on it. Even maybe we are ruining it and you should still watch it because we probably butcher some of the shit.
Oh, we will.
That was a shocking point to me, actually, when I was watching it, so we just kind of moving that for you. Shock value. But
well, that was my biggest takeaway, was like, this motherfucker.
When he came out and was like, I watched him draw a seal, and I'm like, and you didn't find that guy's like, oh, I didn't think anything of it. What the fuck? Okay, no, you had a blind eye to the money that he was throwing out for you, whatever. You were trying to, I mean, he does kind of say that. He's like, I was trying to get myself ahead. You know, he does kind of admit that. But
so,
I don't even know who that guy was, to be quite honest.
Okay, that's what I want to say. I don't know, like, were we out of boy bands by then? Because, like, it was, like, Natural, and they were, like, the latter ones. I never heard of them.
Who Natural was.
Never heard of them, but it seemed like they were a big band at some point.
And the one friend, the lady sidekick, was like, oh, Natural was my favorite. I'm like, who the fuck was Natural?
Yeah, same. And I don't know if, like, because, I mean, you got to think. So, like, NSYNC and Backstreet Boys were, like, when we were in, like, middle school, they started, I feel like, because we were 16 when we went to NSYNC concert. Yes. So that was, like, the high. And do you remember that the concert that we went to was at the Church Street, the amphitheater in Church Street?
No, I don't remember that.
Yeah. Because I remember thinking that Church Street was a cool name. And that was where we went to see the NSYNC concert.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah. And I wasn't sure if you would remember. And it's like, I put that in my notes. I mean, now I remember it, so I'm saying
I don't remember
like,
that.
Yeah, when we went to NSYNC concert, we went to the Church Street station. There's an amphitheater there.
Yeah. I was just gonna. In my notes, I put like how and why did he own so much? But then by the end of it, I was confused on what he actually fucking owned.
I think he was confused. I think everybody was confused.
But the one girl was like, "Oh, I worked for him at TCBY, and that's how I became his right man."
Right hand, right hand. Well, I mean, you gotta think. Okay, so if you're able to like fake all these loans, how much is a TCBY franchise? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You probably could have bought that, but like with a loan that you forged.
So maybe the TCBY was like, so whenever I go into a mall, right, and I think we've actually said this before on here, or I don't know on here, but I say it. Whenever I go into a mall and I see a store that sells rugs, right, and they have this gigantic square footage in a mall, and they're selling ugly ass lion rugs, I think that is a front.
Yeah, it probably is.
Like a money laundering, like they are doing something else because their rugs are not paying that rent.
Probably not, right? I mean,
so
like,
it was like TCBY, but... like the
how he was laundering things?
Yeah, like
maybe
the guys behind like to own a business, whatever. But then he owned that steaks restaurant too. But that was with someone. I don't know.
But all the airplanes were fake?
All the airplanes were fake.
And he took a picture of a toy?
A toy. And it was on his desk, and everyone just saw this picture of a toy and thought that meant he really owned airplanes, and people were loaning him money.
And he was leasing airplanes? But there was no airplanes.
But then he was flying everyone around on private jets.
The whole thing was very confusing.
The whole thing was so confusing.
So fucking confusing. And like, but you know what? It did explain one thing for me in my weird little mind. I always wondered why the Backstreet Boys, like, first biggest hit was, like, Backstreet's Back. And I was like, what do you mean? I feel like you guys just came out of nowhere. Because they had been famous, I guess, when we were younger. They had started, and then they were famous in Germany. Because remember that, like that, Backstreet's Back. All right.
But I don't and I remember always feel like I knew them before that.
Maybe I didn't. Because I wasn't as into, like, I was more into, like the alternative music and stuff, like, before. I was never into the back.
Sorry, go on.
Oh, I was just saying, I was never really that into boy bands, but I remember, like, when I first heard of Backstreet Boys, I felt like that was the first song that I heard, and I was like, what do you mean you're back? Where'd you come from?
Yeah, but now remember the music video they have in the airport hangar?
Yeah.
That makes sense now.
Makes sense. Also, was Bye 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 a response to leaving Lou? Because it seemed like NSYNC cut ties with Lou, and then Bye 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 came out.
Because the No Strings Attached, they felt like puppets.
Right.
Yes,
so, that all makes a lot of sense, but I didn't know that before.
Yeah.
I didn't know that before.
And then they like really quickly touch on Britney being in a girl band. Did you see that? She talked
about that in her autobiography.
Yeah, but they like quickly brush over it. And then I saw today People magazine put out like a click whatever on social media, like, oh, did you know Britney was in a girl band? And one of the comments was like, I see somebody watch Dirty Pop over the weekend.
Well, like, you just read her book. She said it in her book too.
I know. So whatever said, well, obviously somebody watched Dirty Pop. So for that to be like a freaking headline today.
Right. All right, let's see what else we got.
Let me get my notes because I'm like, oh, first of all, I thought I was a big boy band fan, but I don't remember Brian and Kevin from Backstreet Boys are cousins.
I didn't know that.
I don't remember that. I wrote, how did I never know this, or did I and forget? Because I was like, wait, they're cousins? Like that. I did like how they went over this and not like how everyone was formed. I thought that was cool.
That was cute.
Like how the bands were formed. And then I was right that Lou Pearlman, I think I said last week that he's the 5th member, but obviously there's already 5 members of each band. He is the 6th member of both Backstreet Boys and NSYNC.
And when you said that, in my head, I was like counting the members, and I was like,
I know.
But I know that you know so much more than me that I was not about to argue with you.
Like I say I'm 35, like I just say random numbers.
You do just say random numbers.
Yeah.
And when you
said I know what I'm talking about, but I don't know. Like I just
You're just not saying the right words.
Whatever.
But you know what you mean.
Yeah.
And I thought about it, and I was like, wait, I'm pretty sure. But I was like, I'm not even going to say this because I know that you know more than I do.
Correct me, please, because that is me just spitting a number.
I thought that I was wrong. So I was like, there's no way that I know more about how many.
Like, I know what I'm trying to say, but my brain is like working faster than, or my mouth is running faster than my brain, whatever.
So his Wall Street friend unknowingly introduced him to the mob. That friend was wild the whole time.
Oh, yeah. And what about the blimp? So I say
the blimps were crazy.
Lou Pearlman rented jets, owned TCBY franchises, and had a blimp company, and I'm 13 minutes into the episode. Like 13 minutes into the episode, they just rattled off all these companies that he fucking owned. And then we find out that he got his money from insurance. That's where it all started. Insurance fraud. All of a sudden, all the blimps went down.
And it was like after he saw New Kids on the Block. So he saw New Kids on the Block and was like, this is the move, crashing the blimps.
Yeah.
I remember New Kids on the Block.
Oh, and, okay, so do you know when I fell in love with NSYNC?
The Disney special. And I thought that it was so fun that it was Disney.
Yeah.
And that was that was their big break, it seems like. And they were like in the shadow until then.
In love. And any NSYNC fan I know says the same thing. Like, that special has like a freaking chokehold on like the NSYNC fans. Everyone,
you're tearing up. It's so cute.
I fucking love that special.
So
like, I had
I'm always the one crying, so this is fun for me.
I had it fucking recorded. Like, that was like literally like a weird moment of pop culture. Like, that for everyone. Changed everything. And they said in that documentary, the Backstreet Boys turned that down.
And NSYNC was in the shadow until they did that. And Backstreet Boys, I mean, I get it. At that point, they needed a fucking break.
Yeah.
But yeah, good for NSYNC.
Yeah.
Justin
like, could you imagine? Like, we would never love, well, okay, people would say whatever, then Justin wouldn't be in our lives, but
Justin would have been in our lives because he was still on Mickey Mouse. He would have, you know what I mean? Justin was the same with Britney. They were gonna make it either way.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. But then we get further into the episodes, and he also owned NYPD Pizza, a steak restaurant, Chippendales, a club called Club Paris. He bought down Church Street Station in downtown Orlando. I'm like,
and that's where we saw NSYNC.
That's funny.
That's so crazy.
That. Yeah. Just so fucking crazy. And then I got so many notes. Lou Pearlman's lawyer.
Where am I not?
Defended Casey Anthony.
Oh, yeah. That was good. And then he didn't pay him. And then he sued him.
Fuck that guy.
So
like $12 million though, like he owed the Casey Anthony's lawyer, and then never fucking paid him, and that's when the downfall happened.
But like, okay, how stupid was that? You thought that you weren't gonna pay this lawyer? You know what I mean? Like,
I don't know, because he'd gotten away with it for 20 years. They said it was the longest. What they call it? What's that? Scandal
Ponzi scheme.
Ponzi scheme, the longest running Ponzi scheme in history.
That's pretty impressive.
It was like 30 years, I think. 30-year Ponzi scheme, and no one fucking called him out in 30 years.
But see, that's what happens. You know what I mean? He got complacent. He was like, "Oh, I could do what I want. Nobody got me in 30 years." So you do it to a lawyer. The lawyer's gonna sue you. Obviously, stupid.
Yeah.
I thought that it was really funny in episode 2. His friend, Lou's friend, told us he forged airline tickets. Then the interviewer asked if he forged documents for his company, and this man said he never saw him forge anything after he just said that. It was that one friend. You know the friend with like the accent that was clearly a fucking lunatic.
Clearly defended Lou.
The whole time, and was just like laughing. He was like, "Ha ha ha!" That was the Wall Street friend, that fucking weirdo, right? And he said, like, he literally, like, he told a story about Lou forging airline tickets, and then the interviewer said to him, "So did he ever forge documents for his company?" And he said, "I never saw him forge anything in my life." You literally just fucking said that. You just said that. And I don't remember Natural, but yeah.
I don't remember Natural. Yeah, rest in peace, Frankie. That was fucked up. I wrote like Frankie, Lou's right-hand man, committed suicide, and then 3 months later, are we allowed to say that? I don't know if you're allowed to say that.
Unalived himself, they say online.
And then 3 months later, the FBI came for him, and Lou left the country.
And then Natural Boy said...
And then ran around with the Natural, whatever. Was it the Natural Boy that ran around with him and lived with him?
And he said... He was traveling the world with Lou and didn't realize they were running from the FBI. That kid definitely...
But then he lived with him.
Oh, that was the other boy.
Oh, that was the other boy that lived with him?
That was the boy from something else. The Natural Boy was the one at the end. I don't remember who that one was that was living with him. Was he? And I didn't know that he started O-Town too and had a whole band show. I feel like after they said that,
the band show was in German, right? It was German, right? Remember they said that was Famous in America, and actually in America no one fucking knew him.
Well, that was Backstreet Boys. In the beginning.
He started a reality show called Famous in America over in Germany, and no one in fucking America actually knew him.
That's so funny. Stupid.
But then they said that being, I don't know, that was wild. Like, if you were like a boy band, whatever, lover, I would watch it. Even though we just gave away so much of it.
It's still good.
We still probably didn't even
We didn't.
say all of it, because that was crazy. And And when he went to jail, they said 25 years prison sentence, and he can get 1 month off for every million he pays back. But he owed, it was like almost $1 billion. It was like over $500,000 that he had screwed. And that was what they know from records, which were all forged.
Right. Right. So you had no idea what he really did.
Right.
Right.
And they swear that there was like no money left. Like then he died. So
right.
Where'd the money go?
And like,
whose name was it all in?
Well,
probably that one, probably the one
that was just laughing and having a good time.
Yeah, the guy or the girl that like the two women wouldn't say a bad thing about him.
They wouldn't. And didn't somebody said, I didn't write it down, so I don't know who, but somebody said, I want to say that friend, that Lou had told him that there was like a couple of billion in a bank somewhere that nobody would ever find. Yeah. So I bet one of them girls has access to that.
Yeah, I feel like they knew because they didn't say one bad thing about him.
Nothing. Which, like,
yeah,
weird. Right, the one that was like his girlfriend, but like she wasn't. But she still had nothing bad to say.
Not girlfriend.
Yeah, whatever.
Weird. That was weird. That was weird. They never really. She never really explained that relationship.
No, she didn't.
She had no. She said I had no. There was no feelings there, but he like wined and dined her. I don't know, right?
And she never denied that like they were in a relationship.
Yeah.
She said that he introduced her as his girlfriend, and then at the end, like she was just like he was the best.
Yeah,
it was like
so cute.
Okay, if you say so.
It was weird. It was very interesting, though.
It was
kind of weird how they had Lou Pearlman on there as if they were interviewing him, but really I think it was AI'd.
They did.
And they were having his AI read from his book.
Yeah, that was really weird.
That was
really weird and creepy. And like I get that like technology's cool and you can do cool things, but like should you?
Yeah.
Should you have done that? That was fucking weird. And like also, I don't know. Like, I feel like we're kind of, like, crossing some lines with some of this AI stuff because maybe we haven't been here before. But, like, again, this guy's not great. But, like, is that not disrespectful to the dead to be, like, AIing them? Like, trying? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. It was fucking weird.
That was odd.
I don't like that.
Yeah, that was odd.
It made me uncomfortable. It made me very uncomfortable, honestly. I was a little creeped out by that part.
Yeah,
I was like, this guy's like a dead animatronic. It was weird.
Yeah.
It was weird.
And the voice, it was like a weird voice. I don't know, yeah.
Yeah, I didn't care for that.
But watch it if you, what is it on Netflix?
It's on Netflix, yeah.
It's a 3-part series, right?
3-part series.
It was like an hour long, each one.
Yeah, they were like 45 minutes. I mean, I watched it over the course of like a couple of days because...
I did it in 2. I fell asleep and then watched, like I did half of it and fell asleep halfway through the second one. And then the next night, finished like that half and the last one. But
I think I did like Thursday I did one and then I did like 2 on Friday.
Yeah. Yeah, it was good though. And then I wanted to talk about and it ends with S drama because I don't fully understand what's going on, but I'm intrigued. But also, I don't know, it's all speculation. All of it is speculation, so none of this is like proven to be true. All that we know is that they aren't doing press together. Justin Baldoni, is that how you say his last name, I think? He is the producer. Oh, no, he's the director of the show. He owns the production company that bought the rights to the book.
Okay.
He's directing the movie.
Okay.
And he's the lead character.
Is that a conflict of interest?
I don't know. But Colleen Hoover gave him the rights to the book. Colleen Hoover, you know what I mean? Like, she had to at some point, the author of the story had to at some point, like, approved all this, right? Like, she's very into it all.
Is she? I don't know her.
Yeah, I mean, she's been doing press for it and stuff, I guess, because it's her book.
Because I don't know, how does that work? Like, once you sell it off to a company, is it yours? Or do you, like, have to, like, negotiate your rights, right?
It all depends on friggin' contract. So, yeah, he's in it every step of the way. And then Blake Lively was hired by him to play the leading Lily Bloom. She's the leading role. Whatever. Okay. And then Blake Lively came on as a producer.
Okay.
So now both main characters in this movie are director and producer.
That seems like it's just a...
And it seems as though there was a bit of like creative...
It seems like a recipe for disaster, honestly.
Right. Like there was a bit of a creative like... mashup. Like they didn't agree on like the way the story should be told. But if anyone has never read It Ends With Us, it is a good book. It was a very eye-opening book to domestic violence.
Okay.
So which is, I did not know that when I read the book. Everyone told me it's good, you should read it. No one, like, I guess I don't need, like, a trigger warning. I've never, I've been, lucky, I guess, whatever. I've never experienced, like, domestic violence to be triggered by the movie, or that in a book, so maybe people just didn't feel the need to tell me that. Right. I don't know. But I had no idea that that was part of the book. But I think the book was very well written in the way that it portrayed the woman, Lily, in the movie, and how she was able to overcome it and move on with life while still not holding it fully against, like, they were able to co-parent after because there was a baby in it. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. It was, I don't want to, like, you don't want to give too much away to someone that's never read the book or the movie. But when the press tour goes on, it seems that Blake, they were trying to portray it as, like, Blake is just talking about how it's flowers and a rom-com and this and that. And then Justin's out there talking about how the domestic violence part of it and how serious, like, the message is that comes out of the movie and book. And so I think everyone's saying that there was some sort of, like, mesh over what the movie was, what they wanted to focus on in the movie. Does that make sense?
Yeah, maybe she was trying to make it lighter and he was trying to more deal with, like, the actual...
Like, right. Because there is
there's a hard way, it's got to be a hard situation.
Yeah, because there is a love story in there too. There's more than one character. There's, you know what I mean, there's someone else in there amongst them that, like, kind of makes her realize, like,
right,
what life should be like, and that she shouldn't, like, feel like she needs to stay in something that no matter how much he apologizes or changes or wants her there, she realizes that it's not healthy.
Okay.
Like,
right, that makes sense. And you're not giving her anything
away.
But you're doing good because I haven't read this.
But then has the babe. They have a child together, and they learn how to, like, she learns that just because he's a terrible person to her doesn't mean that he's going to be a terrible person to his child.
Okay, that's gonna be hard to get past.
Right. I don't know. It was just very, like, eye-opening, and it's a good book.
Okay.
I don't know if the movie portrays that.
You haven't seen the movie yet?
I haven't seen the movie yet.
Right.
So it just feels like they had some sort of clashing because they're not doing any PR together. When they are out, they're talking about two totally different things. And she seems, and I love Blake Lively.
I have to tell you the truth. I don't think I've ever seen her in anything. I like her real personality, it seems like, online or whatever. She's funny. I love Ryan Reynolds. I think I've seen most of the things he's done.
Right.
So I feel like if he likes you enough to marry you and have kids with you, you got to be cool.
Right.
But I don't really know her.
But then, like, now people are making me feel like maybe we don't know them.
Yeah, I've never watched, like, her Pretty Little Liar or anything.
But then I'm like, don't get sucked into that.
Was that her, right? Pretty Little Liar?
No, she was Gossip Girl.
Yeah, you know what? I honestly thought those two were the same thing, so... I
feel like don't get sucked into, like, the drama of it, but behind every drama is a little bit of truth that I find.
Where'd it come from?
Right.
It might not be what it is.
Especially when it comes to, like, the Hollywood actors and stuff, a little bit always seeps out until their PR rattles it back in.
So tell us the part that I saw. That he said that she has to do it next.
Oh, yeah. That was the big, that was what but made me feel like also that they were butting heads a little bit, because then he did that interview, and they asked if he was going, because there's a sequel, which I haven't read. It Starts With Us, which is her life after.
Okay, cute.
And I did find that It Ends With Us means the generational trauma.
That's what I was assuming after you told me domestic violence, right?
Which I didn't know that's what It Ends With Us meant until you read the book. Like, I didn't understand the title until I read the book. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I didn't. As soon as you said domestic violence situation, that was what triggered for me. Like, that must be what it meant.
Previous in her family.
Right. Where, like, you stay just because you think it's the right thing to do, and then you eventually realize, hey, let's be better.
Right.
We have conversations like this privately.
Right.
Earlier.
Right. So It Starts With Us is, like, life after.
Right. Like it.
So they said, are you going to direct the second one? And he goes, I think Blake would be a really good director for that. And when you hear that, you think he's just trying to be like girl power, like Blake would be awesome at it. But now you're like, is he saying that because she was trying to direct It Ends With Us?
Is he saying that, right? Like she ran over him
Like
and he doesn't want to deal with her
yeah,
again.
and so now he's like, actually, she should do it. Like,
Right.
she wanted to do it this time. Let her do it the next time I'm out.
That's honestly, that's what it sounds like.
Now
Yeah.
you're like, so now I'm like, behind every little bit of drama, whatever, might be a little bit of truth. Like, is she overbearing?
She might be. Yeah. She might be. I mean, and also, like we've said before, like, I feel like to get into any of these positions, you've got to be a little...
Right. And then I do argue with myself with that, because then is it a woman that's successful and now
so we're just calling her a bitch?
To bash her.
Right. Well, I mean, regardless of, like...
Why is...
gender, you got to you have to be a little bit tough to get up there, right? I mean, like, you're the best of the best, and, like...
Right. So maybe she did have, but is she wrong? We don't know.
Right. That doesn't mean she's wrong. That doesn't mean she's wrong.
Like, I haven't seen the movie, so is the movie good? So maybe what directing she was doing or did do.
Right. And, like, he's the only one that we've heard made a comment. So we don't know. Was he difficult to work with, too? And she's just not fucking saying anything.
Yeah.
And not that he said that, but his comment alludes to that.
Right.
You're gonna have to watch the movie and tell us.
I know. I'm gonna try to get Kay to see it tomorrow night, because she wants to. We're supposed to see it together. We're going to see it together, so it's like trying to get our schedules to.
Are you gonna go to McDonald's and get your cups?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, me too. Tomorrow.
Me too.
Right?
Yeah,
me too.
tomorrow.
Yeah, tomorrow.
I'm gonna have to do it at breakfast. Maybe I'll stop and get.
I'm gonna get a chicken nugget meal, I think.
I could get them nuggets after school, because I don't eat it, but I want the cups. But I think they're gonna roll out over. I think they're gonna roll out over.
Yeah, you gotta be
weeks.
careful.
Like, it's not just like all 6 cups are at McDonald's tomorrow.
No, because that's what happened. The last 2 adult happy. So you told me that I assumed that it was going to be the adult Happy Meal thing again, because that's what the nugget people were, and then there was something else before that I had wanted. I don't remember, but they were like adult Happy Meals.
Yeah,
and both of those it ended up right, and it was like, you got one this week, and it was just like a regular Happy Meal. They've got one toy in there, and that's what you're getting until they get the next one. Right. So you'll never. Well, I mean, we're not going to know until we fucking go. But I'm very excited. Nostalgic McDonald's cups are back.
They are. I want the cups.
I want the Barbie Hot Wheels one.
I sent out to my group text and said, I need these cups, so everyone's on a mission.
So if y'all want McDonald's, I hope you're getting a Big Mac, a 10-piece chicken nugget meal, or what? There was a breakfast meal you said?
Yeah,
you texted me about the
biscuit. You can get them during breakfast too.
So those are your 3 choices if you want a cup.
Yeah.
If you don't want a cup, but you want to go to McDonald's and you want to send us your cup, text us. We'll send your address.
I want the cups.
We want these cups badly. So let us know.
So stupid.
Let us know what your McDonald's cup has.
Yeah. I think everyone's going to get No, you think...
You don't know. You don't know. You know what I mean? Who knows? Who the fuck? Because when the stupid fucking McNugget people were out...
I could go to this McDonald's and get one cup and go to the other McDonald's and get another cup.
Find out what the franchise is. Find out what the zip codes are. Find out how it's going. We don't know. We don't know. That's what the McNugget people, that's what happened. I was like... so obsessed with them. They're so stupid. And I was like, in
Carson
the panhandle.
Got a golden nugget.
Carson got that. He was with us.
Yeah.
No. I was, okay, so I was at my house. He was with Eric.
He was with Eric.
Him and Eric went. And they walk in, and Eric is like, kind of like laughing, like poking fun at him a little bit. And he's like, I hope Carson got that golden nugget. And I was like, what are you talking? I didn't even know there was a golden nugget. And he's like, he was watching TikToks the whole way to McDonald's and back about this golden nugget. And it's like really special. And like Eric was joking. Eric didn't think he was going to get the golden nugget. And sure enough, Carson opens his fucking adult Happy Meal and he got the goddamn golden nugget. He was so excited.
That's funny.
He was so fucking excited. It was funny. And like, I didn't even know that was a thing. And Eric was like, he'd been watching TikToks the whole way to McDonald's and back about it. And then sure enough, he got home and opened up his nugget and it was golden. Yeah. So that was exciting.
Well,
maybe there'll be a golden cup.
Take Carson.
Yeah,
for the
honestly,
luck of the cups.
take Carson. Take Carson.
My friend lost their cats over the weekend. Very sad. They both were found.
Nice.
But they got up under the spare tire of her husband's truck, and he was going to work, and the oddly, his coworker was behind him. And when they got to the yard, his coworker was like, hey, do you have an orange cat? Because one came out of your truck and I had to slam on my brakes to avoid from hitting it on like a main road. And Jason's like, yeah, I do actually. So then they like realized both of them were actually missing. And one of them stayed in, like, they have like a long driveway with like woods on the one side of it. And one of them they found in that woods. And our friend had spotted it, but then couldn't find it again. So Carson got on his bike and rode down there. And they were like, Carson was there for 5 fucking seconds. She's like, I've been in that woods calling this cat's name for 2 hours now. And Carson's there for 5 seconds and goes, I found him. You just have to look in the tree. Like, what?
Fucking Carson.
Like,
oh,
no,
I can hear him saying it too. Like, you're fucking stupid.
Yeah.
Oh, Carson.
Yeah, so apparently Carson's got some sort of luck with finding things.
Well, he's also got a thing with cats. Man,
Yeah.
cats fucking love him. Like,
animals like him.
my cats are, like, pretty friendly to everybody, but, like, it's different with him.
Yeah.
Like, they go to him. Like,
Yeah.
him and Kaylee will both come over, and Kaylee will be like, oh, and they will walk right fucking past her. I mean...
Yeah, Carson's an animal lover. He's the same way with dogs, but it was just so funny. And then the other one, they were out there all day looking for this cat in this area where the guy saw it come out of the truck. All day. My friend's going up and down the road, knocking on doors, leaving her card with people in case, like, this cat shows up. And then, like, that evening, they went home, whatever. And then that evening, they were like, you know what, we're going to go look again before it gets dark. Bam. He's there underneath, like, a greenhouse in someone's backyard, right where he fell off of the truck.
He was probably there the whole fucking time.
Like, he was probably there the whole fucking time. But Carson didn't go down there.
Right.
And Carson would have walked his happy ass right in that backyard.
He would have, too. He would have. That's what y'all gotta send Carson if you're missing a pet. He's good at it.
But yeah, so I'm going to bring him to get my McDonald's cups, too.
Yeah, absolutely do
But
that.
we just scrolled from It Ends With Us, too.
Yeah,
but it's fine.
Yeah,
That
I know what I
was
was talking about.
there's some drama going on there that I'll be interested to see how it plays out. Or it just fizzles away. Like, what was that one movie with Harry Styles?
And
Olivia
Jason
Wilde
Sudeikis' ex-wife
and all that.
right?
And like, remember they were like saying that he like spit on. What was that movie? It was a very weird movie. I watched it. It was very odd. I can't remember what it was called though. But remember there was like, they tried to say that he spit on like the one actor. I can forget the actor's
I don't remember
name.
the drama. I just remember like they were fighting or something.
Yeah, there was so much drama behind that, right as like the movie was coming out. And then it just kind of all fizzled away when the movie came out. So
PR.
it just gets people talking about it.
Right.
And I don't know. I was just reiterating what is being said on the interwebs.
Right, they might be friends the whole time.
They could, yeah.
Justin
And
and Blake
or
are
it's
laughing
just
at
all
us.
PR to get us talking about a different element of it.
They're out at McDonald's getting their cups laughing at us.
Because there was two sides to the story. Granted, the domestic violence part of it is the more serious side. There's also a love story in there, too. So maybe that's all part of the ploy, like, to get both sides talking about the two different sides of the story, you know?
They're trying to get their whole thing out there.
Right.
And get everybody hooked, no matter what part you're interested in.
And now you want to see it because you want to see if there's tension on screen, or you want to see if there's, you know what I mean? Like,
right.
It's all mind games.
It really is. It really is. It really is.
Yeah. I don't really know. We've been talking about the Olympics, so let's touch on that. We have a little bit of time. Let's touch on that really quick because I kind of do want to talk about how Jordan Childs
got
fucked and then is getting, like, I just don't understand, like,
I don't understand why are they doing her like that.
I don't know.
So, if anyone doesn't know what we're talking about, you go ahead, you explained it better earlier.
No, I mean, there was, I don't even know what part of the gymnastics routine it was. Was it the floor or whatever? I don't know.
So, but I'm not
There's
sure.
so many different parts of it that I can't follow all of that. But she was like in 5th place or something, and then there was her coaches contested that the judges missed some fucking trick she did, which how are you fucking judging? Like, it's literally
and you missed it.
Like, that's your entire job, to watch the one person tumbling across the fucking floor. So how do you miss something that happens? And they like agreed that they missed it and that her score should have been higher. So then they like raised her score by a point, and that 1 point boosted her up to 3rd place. So then she got the bronze medal, and then that's the routine that like famous picture is of Simone and Jordan bowing down to the 1st place winner. And then apparently someone contested, which I'm assuming, and I don't know the country, was the country that lost the bronze, right? Like whoever booted her out.
I don't remember who that was.
Yeah.
But yeah, okay.
And then they must have complained, and then the Olympic Committee came back and said, no, you have a minute to contest, which is wild. You have 1 minute to contest a score. And they tried to say that the coaches, Jordan's coaches, didn't do that within the minute. And so that they took the bronze back from Jordan. Like, she no longer has it. She needs to return it. It's not hers. And now we're just going to go around in circles and fucking just play with people. It's mental health and money. Like, now USA coaches are saying, like, no, we have video evidence that, like, we did at, like,
twice
within the minute. Like, so, no, we did follow your rules. She did rightfully earn it. And it's like, shouldn't that have all come out? Shouldn't that all be discussed before a decision is made?
Before we got to the podium, we should have figured all this out.
Yeah.
So did they give her medal back yet, or we don't know?
No. As of right now, she still doesn't have it. The other person does.
Okay, well, it's Jordan's.
But, like, that's fucked in so many... It's fucked for the person they took it from to begin with, because why the fuck are you judges if you can't watch what the fuck...
That's the thing, too. That's the thing. I don't understand how you were not watching.
So, like, the first girl that got stripped of it because your judges aren't doing their job, it's fucked. It sucks for her.
Right.
And then Jordan gets it, and it's, you know, everyone's happy, whatever. Well, you know, Jordan is, USA team is. And then you take it from her, but you don't even thoroughly, like, investigate whether the claims are true or not.
That's what's making me crazy, is, like, how can you come back and say that, like, they didn't do it within a minute if they clearly did? Who is someone, like, playing games?
Yeah, and so now someone else, did it go back to the girl? I guess it went back to the girl that it was initially taken from. And, like, you're just going to go back and forth? We're just going to pass this fucking bronze medal around? Maybe it's like the traveling sister bronze medal? Like, we're just going to pass it back and forth?
Fucking apparently. All right, how did we get,
but if
like,
we have
days
golds,
later?
Can we have 2 bronzes? Remember that one guys we talked about? Like, I mean, come on, people. But I guess if she didn't get that point, she wasn't even 4th. She was 5th.
So then wouldn't, right. So if that point
wouldn't
doesn't
have
count,
even been tied.
It wouldn't have even been a tie because that point didn't count.
Right.
But that point should count because they did dispute it within a minute twice. They sent 2 disputes in the first minute.
Yeah.
So how are you still acting like, you know what I mean? Like, that's what's wild to me is, like, what are they doing?
The Olympics, just, some parts of it just seem...
So I do have one...
very unorganized, like the breakdance.
Oh, the breakdancing, that Australian breakdancer. Who let her in? Who let her in?
I don't know. It's so bad. It's so good.
Oh my God, it was so bad.
It's so bad. It's so good. It's like someone's like, is this an SNL skit? Like,
it
is
looks
this real?
like it. Right.
I showed someone, I was like, have you guys seen the breakdancer? And they were like, no. And I showed it. They're like, that's not the Olympics, Kim. And I'm like, no, that is. And they're like, no, it's not. I'm like, no, you don't understand. That's what I'm showing you. It is. Like, they thought I was fucking with them.
No, that
like,
was
I
real.
pulled up the wrong video. I'm like, no, guys.
I don't know how.
But she's so fucking confident. I love her for that. She is so confident. Like, she has come back out and been like, I don't know what y'all are talking about.
That was really good. No, it wasn't. It wasn't. She was not good.
Kangaroo. Oh, it's terrible. I shouldn't laugh.
The whole world is laughing. Go ahead.
Good on you for getting out there.
Yeah, absolutely.
But have you seen the TikToks? They're like, they like copy her routine, and they're like, you mean I could have been in the Olympics?
I haven't. I haven't been on the internet a lot this weekend.
That's funny.
And I saw, like, some of her videos, and I was like, man. Well, no, you know what? I have been on the internet, but all my feeds have been so fucking taken over with D23 that, like, I'm not really seeing a lot else, just because, like, I do follow so many Disney influencers and whatnot. So I saw, like, some of the videos, though, and I was crazy. And then there's another thing about the Olympics that I didn't get a chance to watch, but I wanted to, and we had discussed before, my Kevin Hart and Keenan show. So apparently the whole internet was harassing them when Keenan was going to come back as his old French character from all that. And so he said, no, I'm not going to do it. And then he did it.
Oh, he did do it.
He did do it. He did do it. And I believe he talked about the breakdancing.
Oh,
I saw a small clip and he was like talking about it. So I didn't get to, I meant to like try to watch it at some point today, but we had a weird day where I'm doing homeschooling and we're on our 2nd week, so sometimes things get a little squirrely.
Yeah.
And then we didn't sleep well last night, so it's honestly, that's why I don't have a coffee now, because I drank a pot of coffee and then broke the pot. So I've had a weird day, and I didn't get a chance to watch it, and I didn't get a chance to watch it over the weekend, and I meant to watch it today, but apparently, and I'll send like the clip that I did find, because so people were sending into Peacock, and they're like, why do you have Keenan doing the French Olympics if he's not going to be his French character?
Yeah.
And then he was like, I'm not doing it. And then it like went to like
he knew he had to do
him
it.
in his like in the same like set with like in the tub with the Eiffel Tower in the background, like exactly like it was all that. And I'm pretty sure he talked about breakdancing. So
I'll have to watch that.
We'll have to watch that. We'll have to watch that.
I gotta remember. I keep saying I need to watch it. And I keep fucking forgetting about it. I just don't really watch a whole lot of TV, which is wild. But I don't like. It's because of fucking TikTok. Like that's my entertainment. I'll sit there and scroll TikTok before I turn on the fucking show.
Heard the most is when is Keenan gonna bring back Pierre Escargot? Okay, all right, that was years ago, people. I'm not doing that. Y'all need to let it go. Oh, they gotta let it go. Let that go. And now it's time for a semi-educational moment. Olympic French with Pierre
I can't see it. I'm just like holding my face.
Grease lost in water polo because grease and water don't mix.
Oh my god.
The thing that we've heard the most.
So.
Oh my god, so fucking stupid.
Yeah.
It's that same law. Whoa.
Perfect.
It's really funny.
And then I think that's all that.
I keep seeing there's a Taylor Swift song called "The Alchemy" that is like
so fucking good,
but I can't. I hate when I get like put on the spot and then I can't remember lyrics, but it's like she come running home to me.
Yeah.
Like that.
Where's the trophy? He just comes running over to me.
Yeah. So there was a guy who was from Sweden, and he broke the world record of the pole vault, right? That's where they like jump really high over the fucking
one that
thing.
your penis friend got disconnected from?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
And he broke the world record, and he hits the ground, he lands on the mat, flies up in the air because he fucking, I don't know, it was like 25 feet or something. The height was insane. And he lands on the mat and he bounces up and his fucking feet are running in the air and he hits the ground and he fucking runs over to his girlfriend who's fucking gorgeous and jumps in her arms. Aww. And somebody put that fucking song over it. And I was like, I just kept watching and I'm like, oh my God, it's so like the perfect, it was like when art becomes reality because he fucking broke a world record. Like,
did she comment, this is the music video? This is the official music video?
Yeah. Yeah. And then there was another point of view of like her, but that was so cute. And then there was a girl who won, and in track where you like run and jump.
Oh, and she jumped up to her husband.
And then she like ran over to her husband who is a Paralympic. He like doesn't have both of his legs.
I ended up following them over the weekend.
I fucking followed them over the weekend
me too.
Because that video
they were so fucking cute.
Made me love them. And then they kept showing up on my TikTok and I'm like, these two are fucking amazing.
They were so cute. And I kept seeing like memes and videos and it was like, this is how you support your woman.
Tara Woodhall and what's his name? I forget his name now. Fuck. I know their last name is Woodhall, and I think they have like separate TikToks, and then they have like a the Woodhall combo one. But
Tara Davis Woodhall.
Yeah. And then he is. But he like grabs her and he was
Hunter
like
Woodhall.
Hunter Woodhall.
Oh, I didn't follow him. I just
grabs her and he's like, "You're an Olympic champion." I was like, I love.
They're so cute.
Yeah.
They're so fucking cute.
So fucking cute.
They're so fucking cute.
And they like, when I started watching their TikToks, they're like good. They like have really great like outlooks and like, I don't know. They just seem like really.
You like
their
vibe?
Yeah,
I like their vibe. I like their vibe.
And they were another couple that like someone put that Alchemy song to, and I was like, oh, I love it.
So I'm just gonna segue out of the Olympics into Taylor Swift because you gave me the opening.
Okay.
Kanye West breaks his streak of 11 consecutive #1 albums on the Billboard 200 with Vultures 2. Why?
Because he couldn't get past her.
Because he couldn't get past her.
Which is what we talked about last week, right?
Yep.
I didn't realize, and you're the one that told me he was even putting out an album, and I was like, oh, that's why
she's re-releasing shit.
Like adding the manuscript and stuff.
So.
Good job, Taylor.
Good job.
Your plan worked. That's why you are the mastermind.
She really fucking is.
All right, let's segue into D23. Oh, wait. That's Miley.
This is the life.
Ah! That's
I know.
Hannah Montana.
I know. she won the legendary award, I guess, the
Oh,
youngest to win it.
Okay, so they name
whatever,
Disney
name,
legends
yeah.
and so like there was a group of them, like a lot of people were named. Joe Rhodes is one of my favorite Imagineers. He is like the main designer behind Animal Kingdom.
Oh.
And so he also was inducted this year, yeah. But did you see the one where she apologized to Mickey Mouse for her behavior in 2000?
Oh, sorry, Mickey. Yeah, she
that's
said,
so fucking funny.
Yeah, she goes, well, I went a little and from like 2013 to 2015. Sorry, Mickey.
That shit was so funny.
Yeah.
Oh my god, so let's just and I was like sending these, but like now there's just no point to this. Okay, so we'll start with movies.
Okay.
Because I have that in like a separate that was me looking at when parties are this week so I can know when to go to Magic Kingdom without people in my face. So that's just another fun tip. I don't know if we've mentioned this before. I know a lot of people. So when there are parties, like right now, it's Mickey's Not So Scary Christmas party. Nope, Halloween. And then Christmas parties. Magic Kingdom closes early to the public for the separate ticketed event that is the party. So a lot of people don't want to pay $200 to go in to get kicked out at 6 o'clock. But if you want to do more things in less time or you have an annual pass, it's the perfect day to go because nobody wants to pay the money to go and they're going to get kicked out. Party people don't want to show up at 10 a.m. because they're going to be there until midnight.
Right.
So, like, honestly, that's what, like, right?
Party days are a good day to go with.
Only time I'm going to Magic Kingdom,
yeah.
honestly, I only go to Magic Kingdom on party days. Okay, geez Louise. Let me tell you, every movie and series announced and shown at this year's event so far, and this was from a couple days ago, but honestly, there was so much. We'll just get through some of this. Okay, Moana 2, we already knew about. Snow White teaser trailer came out. Live action Lilo and Stitch. I knew they were doing it, but they showed like some little spoilers and whatnot. Incredibles 3? Had no clue that was coming.
I didn't know like Incredibles was even still really relevant. Right? Was that like a big movie?
It was. Well, yeah. Incredibles 2 came out like a couple years ago, and like all the kids from the original Incredibles were really excited. And then Disney has rethemed some rooms in the Contemporary and I believe at the new Pixar Pier in California to be like Incredibles. And I think there's some new ship stuff.
Yeah.
Toy Story 5 teaser. I think they're like doing like the toys versus the iPad.
I saw that.
See what's gonna happen.
Yeah, it's like toys versus electronics because they're trying to get the kids off the electronics.
Frozen 3.
Oh fuck! I didn't know that. Was that new? Is that new? That Frozen 3?
Yeah. We had no idea. We had no fucking clue.
Yeah.
Zootopia 2.
Ooh, I like Zootopia.
Zootopia, blah blah blah. Star Wars Skeleton Crew. I don't know what that is. I watched Star Wars, but Agatha All Along. I knew about. I'm excited for.
I don't know what that is.
Agatha All Along she's like a witch to like fight Scarlet. Okay, so in like the Scarlet Witch's show, which was I don't even fucking remember, Wanda. What was it called? Jesus Christ, she's getting another one. But WandaVision it was called.
Oh.
She was her neighbor, and it turned out that she was a fucking witch that was like fucking with things the whole time, and she like killed their dog, and she had the song, and it was really funny. And the end of the song, she's like, and I killed Sparky too. She was hilarious. Fantastic Four. First Steps. I don't know them. Daredevil. Born Again. So this is all Marvel stuff. So I watched like some of the Marvel, like I've watched like the Marvel movies like Phase 1, Phase 2, Phase 3, but like I never read the comics. So like honestly I'm so confused at this point.
So many of them.
Avatar 3. I never watched Avatar 2.
Is now Avatar 5. So they changed it? Because hasn't Avatar 3 been like in the works, but they're like having issues with it or something? No.
I don't know.
No.
I never heard. Freaky Friday 2, we knew that. Now Freakier Friday, but we knew that. They're putting out a third Tron movie. I never watched the first two. Monster Jam is going to be Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. It's going to be based on
Monster Trucks.
Win or Lose. Pixar's first ever original TV series. Dream Productions is going to be a spin-off show from Inside Out. Elio teaser is a boy that talks to aliens. Hoppers, I've heard good things about. John Hamm and it's explained it somewhere.
Is that a movie?
Yeah.
Some of those seemed like TV shows.
Some of them are going to be TV shows. This girl is a young girl who transfers her consciousness into a robot beaver in order to learn more about the world of animals. Okay.
I don't know.
Mufasa, the Lion King, gets a new trailer. Ironheart, Black Panther, Wakanda Forever. Oh, okay. I do know what that is.
That's like a second to that?
I think so.
She returns to the MCU.
So she's a character.
In the TV series Ironheart.
Okay, there's so many TVs. Andor is a TV series. I know that. It's a Star Wars TV series. I watched that. The Mandalorian and Grogu. there's going to be another one of that. And then Percy Jackson and the Olympian season 2. That's a show. And then I also had some others that I had sent to us. There's going to be The Greatest Showman fucking musical. There's going to be...
Isn't The Greatest Showman a musical and already a movie?
It's a movie.
Oh, so they're
with
like
a lot of singing,
going,
but they're going to
like...
make it real fucking Broadway.
Oh.
Zac Efron's in it. It's really good.
Oh, really?
It's fucking Hugh Jackman.
No, the movie. Yeah, I know the movie.
Yeah.
I thought you were saying
I
Zac
know.
Efron's going to be on Broadway. And
I
like,
doubt it.
He just like had some drowning accident or something. What happened to him in the water? Something happened to him in the water.
Yeah, something. I don't remember, but I did hear something. But I heard he was okay, so then I didn't really pay attention. Movie Mania. Frozen is going to have a Broadway musical as well.
Huh.
Frozen 3.
Frozen 3 is crazy. And Toy Story 5. I can't believe we're already on 5 of Toy Story. But that's going to be good.
Okay. So, this is an announcement of D23 new movie announcements. Moana 2, Mufasa, Captain America, Brave New World, Snow White, Elio, The Fantastic Four First Steps, live action Stitch, Tron, Ares, Zootopia 2, Avatar Fire and Ash, Freakier Friday, Hoppers, Mandalorian and Grogu, Toy Story 5, Incredibles 3, and development Frozen 3. So, and this is honestly just some of it, I think. Okay, Magic Kingdom is getting a new nighttime parade called Disney Starlight. And guess what else it's getting? My fucking Villains Land.
Yes.
Villains Land is coming to be on behind Thunder Mountain, which I said before I hoped it was going to. So, I win.
Yeah.
Cars Land.
Cars. I saw
They're
that.
taking out the Tom Sawyer Island to make Cars Land.
I saw that, and I'm excited for that because I've always wanted to go to the Cars. Like, my kids loved the Cars movies, but, like, I wasn't going to go to California for it. So that'll be good. But someone was like, they literally, like, really missed the chance to update the track.
What do you mean?
Why wouldn't they do isn't there, like, a fucking car track?
Oh, Test Track has got another thing going on. Test Track is under development right now.
I know, but why would they not have done Cars there?
Well, it's just one track. They're making a whole land.
But there was nowhere to make a land there at the track?
No, it's in Epcot, and it's right, like, kind of, it's in Epcot. It's not,
why did
and,
I
like,
think
it's
it was
right, like, in the
Magic
middle.
Kingdom over by, like, Toontown.
Toontown is gone.
I
Toontown
know.
has been gone.
That's how long it's been.
Okay,
But
you're thinking about, okay, no, you're right. I'm thinking about Test Track is in Epcot, which is having a refurbishment right now. You're talking about the Speedway.
Yeah.
Everybody's been bitching about the Speedway for years because they're still using gas-powered fucking cars.
Right.
I don't know. You know what? You're right. That doesn't make sense.
That's what isn't that by Toontown?
Yeah, it is by where Toontown was. Yeah,
yes.
And it's not like Pete's Silly Circus or some bullshit. But yeah. No, you're right.
Yeah. Why wouldn't they make that Cars?
You know what? I wonder if it's because they have just recently done some other things there and there's not really space besides that track. That track's a big space, but Tom Sawyer is so old. If they take out Tom Sawyer and the River of the Americas, which they're going to do, I don't know, they'll probably use the river, but they're going to take, like, the big boat and all that away.
Yeah.
It's a much bigger space that's not as, like, they just put, like, the Tron roller coaster over by where that track is. You know what I mean?
Right.
If they would have thought about this before, they could have used that space. But I guess Tron needs to be there because it needs to be in Tomorrowland.
Right.
Because Tomorrowland is kind of right there. So, yeah, no, but you're right. That would have made sense.
Or if they made Pete's, whatever, what used to be Toontown, they could have made that Cars Land with the car track right there. I don't know. Whatever.
No,
I am not an Imagineer, so I just thought that it was weird. Because I remember that track being old as fuck back when Toontown was there.
It is. It is.
But I am excited about Cars coming to.
Yeah, and you know, my cousin said the same thing, that, like, she's always wanted to go, but she didn't want to go to California for, like, fucking Cars Land, right?
Yeah.
But now we won't have to. So Animal Kingdom, we knew that Dinoland was going to go away and then it was become some kind of South America thing. So it is. There's going to be an Encanto ride. There's going to be a Indiana Jones ride that apparently is going to be different than any other because there are multiple Indiana Jones rides throughout the properties. That's going to open 2027. So we don't know when Dinoland's going to close, but I'm assuming fucking soon. I'm going to try to get up there soon to, like, go one more time. Hollywood Studios is getting a Monsters, Inc. land.
Oh, that's fun.
Disney's first ever suspended coaster is going to be, like, the doors and the, you know what I mean?
Oh,
like,
yeah.
I'm never going to ride it, but y'all can tell me how it goes.
Because the doors are definitely, like, a track. Like,
right. Yeah, so that's going to be scary. Disneyland Avengers Campus is going to double. Avatar Land. They're getting an Avatar Land at Disney's California Adventure. The Disney Cruise Line is adding 4 ships on top of the
On
4
top of
ships
the-
that are coming, on top of the 5 ships that we have, equaling out to 13 ships by 2031. That's fucking insane.
Yeah.
Disney about to rule the high seas.
Disney's trying to rule everything.
A magical something. Oh, this is gonna be good.
That's
a
the
magical
parade,
life.
no?
No.
Oh.
They're gonna make their first animatronic of Walt and have him do his story with his words and everything. So that's gonna be.
Oh, it's not going to be
wild.
AI?
No. Well, I mean, they're probably
Like
gonna.
Lou Pearlman?
Yeah. No, it'll be creepy as shit. I mean, a little bit though. It's still gonna be a little bit creepy.
It's going to be like old school creepy.
It's gonna be at the Main Street Opera House. I think that's in Disneyland. Shanghai and Hong Kong are also getting Avengers expansions. The Lion King area at Disneyland, at Disney Adventure World in Disneyland Paris.
I saw
Fortnite is getting Disney skins. Apparently, they were like live streaming on the fucking Twitch and whatnot. The fucking video games, and not on the new Epic Games are coming. I'm not. I don't know a lot about video games. When I was a kid, my mom went and buy us Nintendo and all that because she said that we would be fat and stupid if we had them. So I'll never. In like high school, we would play like Grand Theft Auto. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I don't know a lot about
video games when I was a kid.
Simpsons season 35
Perfect.
drops October 2nd.
That was announced. That's Disney Simpsons.
Yeah,
Fox.
now Fox. Yeah.
The fucking monopoly.
So many shows. Greatest Showman musical, and then I think I even have more. Jesus, there's so much.
there was so much announced at that D23 because they're trying to fucking compete. I guess we got our answer to what
Epic
they were going to
Universe, we
talk,
did get
how
our-
they were
yeah.
going to back Epic Universe or whatever. Or
Right.
not. What's the word I'm looking for? When you retaliate, not retaliate. Whatever.
I know what you mean.
What they were going to do because they were coming out with Epic. Everyone was like, "Well, what's Disney going to do?" Well,
right. And they went.
there's your answer.
And honestly, I feel like they waited to do this. Like, they waited for people to, like, think that they were... You know what I mean? Because it's fun when people underestimate you, and then you come
Right.
back and it turns out that, like, actually you're the fucking king.
Right.
And I feel like they did that on purpose, because what Josh kept saying, he's, like, the head of fucking shit at Disney. This isn't, like... He called it blue sky. So this isn't, like, something that, like, is in, like, the planning stages. This shit is all... scheduled.
Right.
There's permits pulled.
Right. Like,
this shit
has
is
been
happening. Right. Like,
in
this
the works
isn't,
for a while now.
These aren't plans. This is
Right.
shit that's happening. Thank the Phoenicians. 2 new lounges will debut in 2025, including an all-new Spaceship Earth lounge. Super excited. At Epcot. And Pirates of the Caribbean will be at Magic Kingdom, obviously. Animal Kingdom
When
news.
is the new? Isn't there a new pirate movie like in the works?
I never watched any of those.
No.
I've heard really good things, and I'd like to. I like Pirates. And I know people that worked on them.
Is Johnny Depp going to come back for it? Yeah, and then all that what happened with the trial, and then he was going to come back. At first they said no, and then whatever he won the trial, whatever you want to say win, but and then I thought he was coming back, but I haven't heard anything about it actually. I don't know.
I don't know. Honestly,
Yeah.
I haven't heard anything about it either. Forgot about this part. Zootopia show Animal Kingdom, so they're going to get rid of Tough to Be a Bug. So I believe it's
A
going to
bug
go in
fight?
there.
So
Yeah.
that's where Zootopia is going?
Well, the Zootopia show.
Oh.
Right? We're getting a new Zootopia movie.
Oh, well, I thought, oh yeah, no. When you said Zootopia movie, I thought in my brain Zootopia would actually be a really cool land.
Well, we were speculating if the Dino Land was going to be Zootopia or a South America, it's going to be South America.
Right.
So we were hoping for that.
Yeah.
But I believe they did do a Zootopia Land in one of the Asian parks. I don't remember which one. So.
Yeah, because it would be, that is like a, I guess they're all lands in themselves, but.
Yeah, that would be really fucking exciting, though. Monsters, Inc. Worms and Dirt Churro at Magic Kingdom.
I mean, that
I'm going to get that, bitch.
looks like a mint chocolate churro now.
Yeah, I'm going to get that. For
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah, I'm
Is
going
that
to
what
get
it is? Is it mint?
Worms and Dirt.
I know, but there's
Yeah,
mint
is that? I don't
and
know.
chocolate.
We'll find out in a minute. It's going to tell us the thing. Marshmallow.
Oh.
Why'd you going to make it green, then?
I know.
We thought it was mint.
I thought it was going to be like a mint cookie thing.
Okay, she's going to show us... Oh, some of their, like, Imagineer models for the new lands. That's exciting. I can put that on stories in a couple of days if I remember.
And Hannah Montana's a legend.
Hannah Montana.
Rightfully so.
Hannah Montana. Yeah, man, honestly, I think that's probably, like, all that I actually have written down, and we're at an hour anyway, so we could start wrapping this up, because I mean, you'll have to go like on Disney's pages themselves because there's no way that I could have possibly got. I think that I told you as much as I could.
Right.
It was impossible to get all those notes, honestly.
How long is that convention? It's like days. Right?
Yesterday it ended. Yeah, so it was like Friday to yesterday. So like Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Honestly, I was hoping that someone else would have done the work for me, and I was kind of like Googling, like, can I just get like a list?
Yeah, like where is the synopsis?
All right, so I looked at this morning and I was like, by this afternoon there will be a full list. There's like a list of what happened day 1, a list of what happened day 2, a partial list of movies. I don't think anyone's been able to get the whole list. There's been so fucking much happened.
Right.
No one has a full list yet.
Right.
I mean, probably by the time this comes out on Wednesday, you'll be able to find one. But Jesus Christ, I couldn't find one today. It was too much. Too much. So there's your answer.
Lots of things happening at Disney.
I mean, y'all know that I love Disney, but I'm just gonna have to be honest real quick. I don't think they're gonna have flying dragons though. Universal got dragons, you know what I mean? Like,
I'm still excited for Epic Universe.
I am too. I mean, Villains Land is what I wanted. I've said that before, so obviously all of my dreams are coming true.
I just can't afford Disney. I can afford Universal.
Well, that's why I go on the cheap. I got my Pixie
There's
Pass.
nothing cheap with a family of 5.
Yeah, you got more people. See,
I don't even like people. That's such a dumb. But people like from fucking England and a family of 5 can make their way to fucking Disney, and I live an hour and a half and I'm never taking my kids.
And it's also like priorities. What would you rather spend your money on? You know what I mean? Like, your kids have other things to do besides Disney. If you were like a super Disney obsessed person that lived in the UK, then you would spend your money on that. Like, y'all have other things to do. You went to the Keys. That costs as much money as, maybe not as much. But,
well, that's over a freaking 4-day period.
But right.
Disney, it's fucking 5 hours. Whatever. How long is a park open? 7?
They're open for like 12 hours.
I mean, it's $1,000. I think we've said this before. It's $1,000 for a family of 5 to walk through the door.
Yeah, it is.
For a day.
Well, that's why I have a family of 3 and I don't even bring everybody. It's just me and my kid go.
Yeah. Like, that's wild just to walk through the door. Mm-hmm. That's why you get all these people that are so fucking angry. Like that guy throwing his umbrella. What was he throwing? His drawstring back.
See, I don't like it though. You know what I mean? Because the thing is, like, everybody chooses what to spend their money on. And, like, honestly, if you do things, like, a different way, like, so for me personally, so, I've had the Legoland tickets and the SeaWorld tickets.
Yeah.
In my opinion, the Disney's a better deal. Like, the Legoland tickets, we looked it up. It was, like, what, $100 less for the annual pass than what I'm paying? And you get into Legoland versus
and
4 parks.
4 parks, like
4 parks.
Disney's got a lot going on. I'll give them that. And they're the OGs of it all, right? Like
right.
They know what they're doing.
It's more about like what you want to do. You know what I mean? It is what it is. But I do go on the cheap. I got my Pixie Pass.
Right.
I can't go during holidays. I can't go on weekends. But I don't want to either. Like, I don't want to go when it's busy. You know what I mean? So like,
no, when you have an annual pass, don't go in. Who would go when it's busy?
Oh, that's what, like, when they do, like, these, like, they rolled out the new Genie thing, you know what I mean? Or whatever the fuck it's called, and then everybody's going over it and freaking out. But, like, me personally, I'm never going to pay for that. Like, so that's, like, something, like, I'm never paying for Genie Plus. I'm never, because if the line is too long, I'm going to come back another fucking day because I have this, you know what I mean? So, like, and you see some people, and it's like, I don't have a lot of money, but I have enough money to skip the line at Disney. I think it's wasting money. For me. But again, if you were coming from England and you're only there for a week. Or if you spend $1,000 for your family of 5 to go in for one day, it's worth it to buy the Genie Plus because now you can do as much.
Right.
So, I don't know. Depends on what you want to do.
Right. Yeah, I agree.
All right. Well, what else do we have? Anything? Because now we're at over an hour.
I think that's it for the week.
All right. Peace out.
Peace out. K-Town down.
Thanks for being here.